Oh, hello there. Yes, Bank Holiday Monday. Anyway, today I thought we'd have a look at some basic maths, something that Leo McKinstry in the Daily Express is desperately in need of, despite the fact that he went to a very, very posh school in Ireland and he ended up in Cambridge as well, Cambridge University. He appears to not have a great understanding of maths, so I thought we'd help him out today. I was spurred to do this by this Enough article. We must curb unions' power to inflict misery, says Leo. Yes, and the justification for stopping the infliction of misery, good thing to do, logically, is the amount of money that people earn. And the problem is that Leo appears to be a little bit muddled with his maths, so let's dive into that, shall we? With breathtaking cynicism, the RMT and ASLEF transport unions have just announced a rolling programme of walkouts designed to bring maximum chaos to forthcoming national events. Yes, if only they went on strike when there weren't any national events. Given the basic annual salary for train drivers is £60,000, with £44,000 a year for other rail workers, there's no justification for this turmoil. Yes, median. Yes, median. I wonder what that means. Well, let's go into a maths lesson, shall we? Okay, let's think about the terms that we might use here. There is average, there is mean, there is median. We might even go into mode. I don't know if I'm feeling frivolous. Let's see, shall we? So let's imagine there are 5 people, and most of those people, 4 of them in fact, earn £2. Okay, just for your delectation. The manager earns a great deal more because, hey, that's the British way. So between them, these 5 people are earning £18. Now, in order to get the average, the mean, as we would call it in maths, we divide that by the number of people they are, and we end up with £3.6, which is the average. It isn't, however, the median. The median will be 2, because the middle number between 2 and 10 and 2 and 2 is 2. I hope I made that clear. Now, there's some other terms that we can use if we want to. We might talk about the mode, the most popular number, which, if you recall from those 5, will also be 2. And if we want to be really maths-based, we can do the range. And the range is between the highest number, 10, and the lowest number, 2. So the range will be 8. So we can see there's quite a range going on here. But that's the maths, and that's the thing that very often vast numbers of people in the UK can't quite do. Rishi Sunak was right. We do need better maths in this country, particularly if you're reading a Daily Express article. Right, so that's what those words mean, and Leo is talking about the median. And when this was fact-checked last year, when Grant Shapps was saying it, it was found not to be true. They don't. The average rail worker earns £31,000 because a lot of them are things like cleaners that don't earn a great deal of money, Leo. So when I don't know where he's got his median from, the answer is a Tory press handout. It's a bit of slack journalism, if you ask me. And yes, let's look at the average railway driver's pay, shall we? And we end up with these numbers here. And according to the website I got this from, which appears to be true, Leo, it's less than 60k that a lot of them earn. I think what he's doing is fiddling the figures. But that probably has to be a bit cynical. So let's move on to some of the other people and their mean or median or something pay, shall we? So a vote for industrial action is taken by head teachers whose average pay at secondary schools is £95,000. And in mid-May, the British Medical Association, having already bought out the junior doctors, wow, that sounds cheap, plans to ballot consultants who earn between £88,000 and £119,000. Similarly, the First Division Association, FDA, which represents Whitehall officials, is to have a vote for a walkout, even though senior civil servants earn on average £82,000. That word again, average. So let's look at that head teacher one. And once again, being fact-checked, no, they don't, Leo. So I don't know where he's got that number from. And if you think about it, let's just on a rational basis think about those numbers for consultants. You would expect consultants to earn a great deal of money. They are the people right at the pinnacle of their profession, aren't they? Having studied for 7 years to be a doctor, let's just ignore that, and then clawed their way up the ranks of junior doctorhood, shall we say, into being a specialist consultant. You would kind of expect them to earn that money, wouldn't you? Or is that too much to ask? And realistically, senior civil servants? I mean, I've not even bothered to do that one because what exactly is a senior civil servant? I've no idea. Leo doesn't tell us. But I'm sure it's not because he's a bad journalist. No. Let's just move on, shall we? The system has been in headlong decline ever since. Typically, even though they are paid £112,000 a year, GPs and the BMA are considering a strike. The government must stand firm against all agitation, yes indeed, except again if we actually look we find that the pay range is between 65 and 98 or 77 and 104, so I don't really know where Leo's getting these numbers from. I think he's just really bad at maths. What I would suggest the Daily Express is to hire somebody for probably a lot less money than Mr. I Live in Provence as well is asking. He's patently very bad at maths. It's GCSE basic stuff. Rishi Sunak has said that kids need to learn this stuff. I would suggest that those adults that bang on about numbers need to have a hard look at themselves and their own numbers. I can imagine that Leo is paid a great deal for such utter drivel and distortion. I mean, yes, the readers want to hear that, but should we really be pandering to such an older group of people who want to live in a fantasy land? I think we shouldn't. Okay? I think we need to live in the real world. I think Leo needs to live in the real world. I'm available for further maths lessons, should Leo need them. Daily Express, very competitive rates. I'm quite average for what I earn, actually.